Hi students, in this class I am going to explain you about the user defined functions. The previous class I had explained about the predefined functions of math class, scanner class we have discussed in the previous classes. Now in this class I am going to explain you user defined function, the function which are not provided by the Java itself. Suppose the function name is area to calculate the area of a circle which is not provided by the Java, then we can make such kind of functions. They are called user defined function, the function which is defined by us. So we can split a big program into small segments which are called functions. Big program can be divided into small segment in small parts which are called functions. That function we can make. Now this is public static void main string arguments, that is the reserved function of Java. I have made one more function, static void delete. This name you can provide any name. Right now I am making the function with the keyword using keyword static, because static function belong to the class. Directly we can call these function without creating the object. Directly we can call the functions. So static void delete, this name you can provide any name, XYZ, area, Delhi, any name. I have written a statement, I am in Delhi. When you run this program, main function will be executed in Java, then this part will execute it. First of all, I am writing here, if you return I am in main. When you run this function, only this line will appear, this part will not execute. Then how to execute this part, this segment of the program, this function? Just write the name of the function Delhi. When you write this function name, control will jump from here to here and this statement will execute, and afterwards this curly bracket will execute after this statement and control will come back to here and next of the statement will execute if anyone is there. This is one function. You can call any number of times. If you call second time, control will, first of all, what will the output? First of all, this line will be printed, I am in main. Then control will jump from here to here, it will print I am in Delhi. After printing this, control will come back here and next second time again it will jump, and after printing control will come back here again. You can write any statement, suppose back in main. So two times it will print I am in Delhi and finally back in main. The output of this program. This way you can make many other functions. Apart from Delhi, you can make any other function, many more function you can make. Static void, suppose function name is Mumbai, and I am writing one statement, I am in Mumbai. Now from here we will start. I am in main, control will jump here, it will come back. Up to here you will get the output. Now you can also call the Mumbai function from here. So first of all, I am in main, this line will printed, then Delhi function will execute, this line will be printed. Afterwards control will jump, after printing I am in Mumbai, it will come back and jump to the Mumbai. I am in Mumbai. Finally it will come back, you can write back in main. This is the statement which I am writing just to make you understand. This will be the output, the order of the execution of the function and also the backtracking. After executing the function, control how control comes back to the calling function. Now one more function, each and every function is an independent function. Even you can call Mumbai function from Delhi instead of calling from the main. You remove from here. Just from Delhi you call the function Mumbai. You will get the same output. First of all, this statement will execute, then control will transfer here, I am in Delhi will execute, then control will jump here, I am in Mumbai, this statement will execute. Now this function is completed, control will come back here. If suppose one statement is there, back in Delhi, then before coming back to the main, it will print first of all back in Delhi. So again try to understand, I am in main, control will jump here, I am in Delhi, Mumbai, this part will execute. Now no more control transferred from to any other function. So this is completed, control will come back here because control jumps here and come back again to the same statement. The next statement is back in Delhi. After printing back in Delhi, then control will come back to the main, back in main. So back in main, this way you can get the output. So all these function I made with using keyword static and void. Now you can also supply values to the function. Try to understand. How can we supply values to the functions? Suppose function is static void Delhi, and here I am calling the function Delhi and by passing two values 5, 6. So here should be two integer type variables, int a, int b. So 5 will be transferred to a and 6 will be transferred to b. You have to declare it separately, or it can be 6.5. You have to declare it double. So right now I have supplied only integer type values 5 and 6. So value of a and b will be 6. If you want to calculate the sum, you can write s equal to a plus b and you can print the sum here itself. So output of this program will be 11. When you run the main function, so these are called passing values to the function. These are called formal parameters. Formal parameters, and these are called actual parameters. And in place of 5 and 6, even you can pass the variables, like suppose you have int x equal to 5, y equal to 6. In place of 5 and 6, you can pass the variables, their values will be passed to this a and b. Now one more thing, if you want to print the value of s in this function, so it will give error, undefined variable, because s is declared in this body. The scope of the variable is limited to the block where they are declared. S is declared inside this block, so s variable cannot be used outside this block. You cannot use s here. Here will be an error. So, but I want to print the value of s in the main function. Then one more technique is there. You can return the value from this function. There is a facility to return a single value, only one value you can return out from this function using return statement. Use return s. But when you use return void, do not write void. Void you have to remove. What you have to write? You have to write int. Why int? Because we are returning s and s is integer. If s is double, we have to write double. If s is float, we have to write float. It is called return type of the function. Void function never returns a value. If you mention the return data type, then function can return a single value. Only one value can be returned by a function. And this value will be returned back here. Here means you cannot use s here. The only value of s will be written. Value of s is 11 right now. So 11, this complete part will be 11, and you can store in a new variable like int k equal to Delhi. So value of s will be written and stored in k. In place of s, you can print k here. Now 11 will be printed here instead of printing here. Here you can remove, it is not required. If you want to print, you can print, otherwise not required. Now 11 will be printed here. This way you can pass the values and one function can return a value. And one more thing, once the value is written by this function, either you can print a here or you can again pass to the Delhi function if you want to add more than 2 values. Now suppose you want to add 3 values. Now how can you add 3 values? We have 3 variables z equal to 10. One method is here, we can pass x comma y comma z. We can write int a comma int b comma int c, and we can write a plus b plus c. That will be correct. But do not do like this. We will not make any change in this function, but without making changes in this function, we can add 3 values. How can we add these 3 values? Using the function Delhi. See here, function is Delhi here. What I am writing? K equal to calling the function Delhi by passing k and z. So again second time I am calling the function. So k, which is already the sum of x and y, k is passed and z is passed, 2 variables are passed, the value will be transferred here. And now again second time it will give you 11 plus 10, 21, and you can print here. Now the function name is Delhi. You can always provide appropriate names, suitable names to the function. So instead of Delhi, we can provide the name add or sum. Add, instead of providing the name Delhi, better you provide appropriate names to the function. The meaningful names you provide add. I am writing the function name is now add. K could add x comma y, you will get the sum of 2 numbers. Again call k comma z, again you will get the sum of 2 numbers. Finally sum will be printed. That's all.